Hi everyone, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Today we'll focus on hip mobility and inner thigh stretches, poses that will get us closer and prepare us for the middle splits. We won't need anything for this practice, so whenever you are ready, step onto the mat and we will begin. Let's start this practice in the Reclined Bataganasana position, so lowering onto your back, soles of the feet together. We'll take just about 1 minute here. We want to observe how it feels in the beginning of the practice, when our muscles feel cold, when we didn't do any warm-up, didn't stretch it out. So it might feel uncomfortable, it might feel tight. I encourage you to connect to your breathing and trying to soften and relax as much as possible. You might notice the difference between your right and left hip. If it feels hard on one side, for example, for me right now, I feel a little discomfort in my left hip, like I want to bounce my knees up and down. But I prefer to stay patient, accepting the limitations that we have in our body. Learning how not to push too hard, how to use our thoughts, our breathing, how to create comfort in the most uncomfortable place. 3 more deep breaths. Very good. Softly bring the knees together. Rock yourself up onto your forearms. Extend your legs ahead of you. From here, hug the right knee into the chest. Circle through the side and straighten it forward above the floor. So a little hip mobility. Try to keep your left hip on the floor. 5 more times this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The opposite way. So through the side, up and down. If you hear a little cracking through the hip and it doesn't hurt you, then it's all right. I also hear a little cracking, but I'm trying to still hold my hip active, not loose and relaxed. Beautiful. Release. Let's change the sides. Left knee into the chest, out through the side and forward. Right hip on the floor. The opposite way, through the side, up and down. One last time. Beautiful. Rock yourself up onto the hands and knees in the tabletop position. Hands underneath the shoulders. Lift the chest up, hug the stomach in. From here, extend your left leg back. Hips are parallel with the floor. So if you were to put a book on top of your hips, it will stay flat here like this. So that means your hips are squared. Now, open the left hip on top of the right. Your book will drop down. Now, crunch the left knee towards the shoulder. Extend it out, hips are open. And now square, parallel with the floor. Let's repeat. Open, crunch, extend back, square. Open, crunch, extend back, square. 5 more on this side. 1, 2, 3, crunch as far forward as you can. 4, 5, beautiful. Let's change the sides. So now right leg back, chest up, stomach in, hips parallel with the floor. You can check it. Good. Open right hip on top of the left. Crunch the right knee to the shoulder. Extend back in an open position. And then square. 8 more. 1, 2. Straight elbows, especially when you crunch. 3, 4, 5, 6, well done, 7, 8, release, very good. Bring the knees to the sides, sit the hips to the heels, might be a little wiggle. We'll come up into the downward facing dog. Walk the feet in place a few times. From here, take your right leg up, point the toes, bend the knee, hold the arms straight, and now circle through the right knee. Circling forward first. Good, circle the opposite way, so forward, up and back. Full rotation through the hip. Drop the microphone. Good, let's change the side. Left leg up, bend the knee, point the toes, circle forward. Make sure you're not bending into your right elbow. The opposite way. And place it down. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Coming into warrior 2. I have the technology struggle over here. Take your time. Warrior 2. Beautiful. Lengthen the stance through the feet. Right knee direction of the right toes forward. Reach your arms out through the sides. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reaching back. And extended side angle. Sweep the left arm up and over the head. 2 more times. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right knee remains bent. And extended side angle. 1 more time, reverse warrior. And extended side angle. From here, take yourself into active squat, active side lunge on the left side. So press the left knee away from you. Right knee, right toes are pointing up. We are not lowering all the way down, we're holding it here. Hold it. Keep opening the hips. Externally rotating. Very good. Shift onto the right side. Same. High side lunge in a very active way. Holding it here. Make sure you're pointing this knee up. Very good. From here, warrior 2, facing to the back of the mat, left side. We'll go through the same sequence. Inhale, reverse warrior. Extended side angle. 2 more. Warrior 2. High. Active side lunge, a little lower this time, but still not losing the control and just dropping down. Hold it here for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shift onto the left side. Right toes up. 1, 2, a little lower. 3, 4, 5. Shift forward. Step back plank. Inhale, hold your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. If necessary, knees down. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. With the next inhale, right leg up. Bend the knee. Point the toes. Point the right knee all the way up towards the ceiling. Lift up high on the left toes. Right knee is pointing up. Lower the left heel down. 5 more times. 1, 2. Stacking the right hip on top of the left. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, straighten the right leg up. Opening through the hips here. And place it down. Let's change the sides. Inhale, left leg up. Open the left hip on top of the right. Bend the knee. Keep the shoulders squared. Lift high on the right toes. And bring it down. Left leg active, knee pointing up. 1, or as high up as you can. 2, 3, strong active arms. 4, 5, straighten the left leg up. Place it down. Walk your hands towards your feet. Feet on the outsides of the mat. Wiggle the hips from side to side. Might be feeling the stretch through the inner thighs. Lift through the tailbone up. Lift through the chest up. If you're rounding your back and you're wiggling like this, you don't feel much stretch. Good. Finding this tilt. Perfect. Shift from one side to the other. Bring the hands onto the thighs. Lower down into Malasana. Wiggle, wiggle. I like moving before I can become steady and peaceful. Good. Take your Malasana. A few deep breaths, actively opening through the knees out to the sides and lengthening up through the back. Reach your right arm down, lift through the left arm up. Knees are still opening out to the sides, they are not falling inwards. Back to the center. Left hand down, right arm up, back to the center. Feel that the weight is equally distributed through both sides of the feet. You're not collapsing through the insides of the feet. One more time. Left arm up, chest up to the center. Right arm up, chest up and to the center. Let's come back into the tabletop. Lift the chest up, hug the stomach in. Always necessary. I always repeat it. Good. Lift the left knee up. Straighten, flex the foot. Bend the knee, come down. Lift up, straighten the leg, bend the knee, come down. Let's go for 10. 1. Right elbow straight. 2. 3. 4. As you straighten the leg, flex the foot. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Let's change the side. Pay attention that you're not bending into your left elbow right now. It's hard. Glutes on fire. Ready? 1. Oh, excuse me. Down. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. Glutes on fire, right? Let's come back into Malasana one more time. Actively opening the knees out, but without the use of the arms. Arms up. Hold it here, 30 seconds. Fire into your glutes. Very active position. Reach up through the chest, straight back. Keep pressing the knees to the sides. Don't relax here. Chest wide open. Space across the collarbones. 3 more seconds. Good. It's a great booty workout while we are stretching for middle splits. Right leg up. Exhale, step it through. So we're going for the right side low lunge to right side lunge. Left side side lunge. Left side low lunge. So from side to side, let's go. Left side lunge. Right side lunge. Right lunge. Side, side, and lunge. 1. No. 2. So opening the hips, closing the hips. 3. Very active hip mobility. 4. If necessary, you can do it slower and help yourself with your hands. Just walking onto the floor. Low might be not lowering all the way down. Take your time here, okay? A few more times. 1. 2 more. 1. There have been too many ones. I keep losing track. 2. Let's finish. Beautiful. Take your side lunge. Hold a little bit. Lower as close to the floor as you can and really push the knee away from you. Lots of inner thigh stretch for me. Deep breaths. You're doing great. On to the other side. Push this knee away from you. This knee is pointing up. We are externally rotating through the hips, right? For middle split here. Ooh. Standing wide-legged forward fold. A few breaths. Walk over to the left leg. And walk over to the right leg. Make your way into the wide-legged seated position. So straddle your legs as far to the sides as possible. Holding it here. Knees are pointing up. From here, right arm reaching forward over the left leg. Big half a circle. And left arm reaching direction of the right leg. As you do the big half a circle, you'll really notice that you have to press your thighs into the floor to stay grounded. So it's very active stretch with lots of power through the legs. Let's go. Excuse me for all this trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, through the chest as far forward as we can, 5, 6, 7, straight back, 8, 9, one last time, 10. Beautiful. Take your hands forward ahead of you, lower down, lift up. Lower down as much as you can. Knees point up, they are not collapsing through the feet inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Strong active legs. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's fold forward. Let me shift a little further back. We're taking here about 1.5 minutes. So reach forward as much as you can, lengthen through the back. We're trying to bring not the forehead, not the chest to the floor, but stomach. We need to lay our stomach flat onto the floor. This is hard. It might take lifetime. It might take a lot of time, a lot of effort. So be patient. Knees are still pointing up. Let's give it 3 more breaths. Oh. Take a moment. Good. Bring the soles of the feet together, coming into the butterfly pose or Bataganasana. Again, you can hold it still, but I love bouncing it out just for a little bit. Straight back. Try not to round, not to shift onto the tailbone, but lift up and forward. A few more times. Perfect. Active variation. Press the knees down, reach through the arms up, and really straight back, holding it here. I cannot say that it's relaxing. We will relax soon after this. It won't be easier. But keep engaging into your hips, opening through them. A few more breaths. Very good. Now fold forward. Reach as far forward as you can comfortably do it. And then relax another 1 minute. Keep breathing. Relax your face, your shoulders. Be patient. Become soft. fluid, gentle. Ooh. Beautiful. Come up, bring the knees together just for a short while. Last intense pose for this practice is frog pose. I always do it by the wall. If you don't have a wall next to you, that's not a problem. Try it without the wall. Next time, if you have the wall next to you, try it with the wall. Compare how it feels. You want to be on a slippery surface, so not on your mat. So I'll leave my mat here a little bit away from me, because we want to use the gravity, use the time, the relaxation, so that the knees slide apart. Very good. Feet are flexed. There is always a little intention through the feet. So inner edge of the foot is on the floor and the sole of the foot is against the wall like that. If your knees are sensitive, I usually practice on the carpeting, so it's soft, but at the same time it's still sliding if I'm wearing the leggings. On the floor, it's harder, so if necessary, place towels under your knees. Very good. We are keeping the knees about 90 degrees bent, feet flexed, hips in line with the knees. Oh, we'll aim at 2 minutes. Focus your mind on softening. Notice how much tension you're holding in your hips right now. Notice all the resistance, all the fight. Let it go. One breath at a time. You won't be able to release and relax straight away. It feels scary. For me, it feels intense. Normally, I need even more warm-up than what we have done today to feel really comfortable. And then I repeat frog pose a few times, a few holds, and then I can lower much closer to the floor. Very good. It's half time. You can look back to make sure that your hips are not dropping forward. There has to be a line between your knees and your hips. If you have a friend or someone next to you, maybe they can check it for you, or next time. Good. You can lower all the way down, a little longer. Last breath here, my friends. Ooh. Draw the knees together. Let's take a child's pose very softly. Sit the hips to the heels. Take a moment here. And only then fold forward. A few more breaths in the child's pose. Relax into your hips, relax into the inner thighs. Beautiful. Coming down onto the mat, extend your legs a little farther in front of you. We'll do some compensation. So from here, drop the right knee down to the floor. We're going for the internal rotation through the right hip. Before we were all focusing on the external rotation. Now we need to balance it out. Left knee down. Slowly, don't rush. Especially after you've done like a deep stretch. Frog pose is a very deep stretch for me. After that, take your time. Don't push, don't rush. One more time on each side. Very good. Let's come down onto the mat. We'll take a happy baby pose. And now we'll go for an active happy baby pose. So let go of your hands and try to hold your feet, your knees, your legs in an absolutely the same position. Hold it here. 1, 2, you can try it again. First, grab, pull it down, lower back on the floor, knees are down and opening up. Let go and hold. 1, 2, notice how much energy and effort it takes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. Bring the knees together slowly. Hug the knees into the chest. Let's come back in our Reclined Bataganasana, and hopefully we will notice a lot of difference compared to the beginning of this practice. Extend the arms by the sides, close your eyes. A few deep breaths. Right now it feels much easier for my left hip. I don't need to bounce, I don't need to wiggle. Actually, right now both of my hips feel kind of the same. And it's much easier for me than in the beginning of the practice. So I really appreciate all the change that I have created. Let go of all the facial expressions. Continuously keep letting go of all the thoughts, any distractions, any plans that you have. We need to hold it a little bit longer so that the hips can open even farther. If you feel that the tension is coming back into your hips or anywhere else in your body or on your face, be awake, be aware of that. Then let it go. Patience, gratitude, kindness. Three more deep breaths. Very softly bring the knees together. Walk the feet a little farther away from you and to the sides or even on the outsides of the mat and drop the knees to the center. So again, a little compensation. Feels good here. Whenever you practice yoga, always notice what feels good. What feels necessary? How do you structure the poses? Which pose follows the next one? Good, might be a little wiggle the knees from side to side. Both knees to the left, both knees to the right. One more time, both to the left, hold a little. Both to the right, hold a little. Extend your legs straight down on the floor. Wiggle the feet, the toes, a little from side to side. Bending one knee at a time. A few deep breaths here. You can place your hands onto the hips. Notice how you feel. Open the arms by the sides, palms open up. If you have time, stay in Shavasana for as long as it's possible. Otherwise, roll through the right side. I hope you enjoyed this practice. I definitely did enjoy it. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you on the mat soon again. I get so relaxed in Shavasana that after that it's hard for me to open the eyes and say something.